you ever think about what's actually up there? That ball sitting right there? What if there was evidence suggesting not only that the moon was hollow, but it very well may be a spaceship? Let's go back to the 1950s. The space race is starting, and we are yet to learn so much about space. During this heightened time of space wonderment, a man by the name of Iosif Shklovsky laid a speculation that started this notion of a moon space base. A prominent Soviet astronomer and astrophysicist, a pioneer in the study of extraterrestrial phenomena, he observed that Phobos, a moon to Mars, was getting closer to Mars faster than regularly expected. His idea was that this may be due to tidal forces acting on a hollow object, as a solid one would have a much slower orbital decay. In his hollow Phobos hypothesis, he claimed Phobos was hollow. This idea alone leads into the hollow moon space base theories coming up. In 1960, Is Phobos a Hollow Object? By Iosif himself, entirely focuses on Phobos being hollow and covers the peculiarities leading to such an idea. Peculiarities such as orbital behavior, density estimates, and comparison to other moons. 1962, Universe, Life, Intelligence was published by Iosif as well, discussing his views on extraterrestrial life, which included his hollow Phobos hypothesis and how such finds can be evidence of artificial origin. And in 1966, Intelligent Life in the Universe by Iosif and Carl Sagan, an American astrophysicist astronomer, expanded it a few of those ideas. At this point in time, the idea of hollow space bodies was pretty radical, generating much interest and speculation. We start here because the whole concept of actual hollow bodies in space was birthed here, and these ideas and texts are directly referenced in what leads into the Spaceship Moon Theory. The most commonly cited pieces of potentially factual evidence come from an article posted in the 1970s, Is the Moon the Creation of Alien Intelligence? Written by Michael Vasin and Alexander Shcherbakov, published in the Sputnik, and at the time Current Reader's Digest in the USSR. The article goes into detail and speculation on how the moon really is hollow, and just how it might be of extraterrestrial origin. The two men were Soviet scientists with backgrounds in engineering and military science. Their proposal was dubbed the Vasin Shcherbakov hypothesis, or, as referenced today, the Spaceship Moon Theory. Referencing the Phobos work, they took a similar approach in sharing their idea with potential evidence. Their reasoning was six-fold. Unusual crust density. The moon's crust being much denser than what is regularly expected from natural satellites, like moons, so maybe there is a metallic hole beneath the rock. The moon has large craters yet shallow depths. Given impacts occurred on the surface of the moon, why are the depths of the craters shallow? Yet again, maybe there is a hole beneath that helped cushion the impacts. Moonquakes are apparent on the moon, with reverberations recorded during the Apollo missions. It is suggested that the moon vibrated like a bell, again pointing to a hollow object. The orbital and physical characteristics of the moon, relative to the Earth, are extremely improbable in natural context, pointing at deliberate design. Age discrepancies are apparent in their analysis. The moon's surface is much older than the Earth's. And finally, anomalous material compositions have been found. Sub-elements and materials on the moon's surface don't occur naturally. Their article goes into much more depth, but with this evidence lined up, just maybe the moon was indeed hollow, and maybe in fact was a structure of some sort. Around this time, speculation of what was really out there was very abundant, with works such as the hollow Phobos theory. What would stop the moon from also being hollow? Well, if the evidence was there, then why wasn't it obvious that the moon really was a hollowed extraterrestrial structure of some sort? It needs to be said that at this time we just made it to space as a species. A lot of the information was new and exploratory. With modern missions, there has been a lot of debunking. When it comes to the Mars Moon Phobos, Mars missions such as the Mars Global Surveyor, Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter, and the Mars Express have gathered more data than before, leading to the modern understanding that Phobos is not hollow, just full of compact rock and ice. New modern seismic studies, gravitational field analyses, lunar samples, to just in general more abundant data on the moon led to conclusions that the moon is indeed not hollow. New density measures show that the moon is actually quite consistent with what a solid body of silicate rocks would measure up to. It's still indeed a mystery where the moon really came from. Modern hypothesis pointing to it being a chunk of Earth split off. But the ideas and supporting evidence building the Spaceship Moon Theory discussed have been mostly debunked or changed. Maybe the moon really is a spaceship and they are just hiding it well. But if anything, take a cryptid clue.